When choosing a country to settle down, one considers several factors such as visa policies, climate, and job opportunities. But for many, the most important consideration has always been their cost of living. In this video, we have listed 10 most expensive countries to live in the world. All of these countries are ranked according to their least median to high monthly cost of living. Although there might be other ways to rank the most expensive countries, we solely chose to rank them by their average monthly cost, thus determining cost of living for whole country is a complicated process. So without further ado, here are the 10 most expensive countries to live in 2023. Number 10. The United Kingdom. The UK is a melting pot of people with all types of backgrounds and offers tons of career and education opportunities. Living here, particularly in London, England, is expensive compared to Wales, Scotland, and Northern Ireland. Nonetheless, this doesn't necessarily mean that they are cheaper. Its cost of living has been rising ever since the pandemic, and due to current political uncertainties, it's still facing higher rates of inflation. The overall minimal cost of living for a single individual is about $1,800, and the average monthly spending to live comfortably in most parts of the country is estimated to be around $2,800. In spite of these living expenses, the UK still proves to be a desirable country to live in on the account of its decent quality of life, developed infrastructure, and subsidized healthcare system. At number 9, we have Barbados. This is a sovereign island nation in the Lesser Antilles of the West Indies, which is the Caribbean region of North America. It's the fourth most densely populated country in the Americas, and its capital city, Bridgetown, has approximately 120,000 people living in it. The monthly cost of living on this island nation has remained balanced throughout this year. As it's politically and economically very stable, an average cost of living for a single person to comfortably reside in any part of this island ranges from 22,000 to 2,800. Major contributors to this high living cost is rent and groceries. This is due to the fact that most of the food consumed on the island is imported. Thus, the higher prices, regardless of its high living costs, many affluent retirees and investors choose to buy property and settle here. At number 8, we have Luxembourg. Situated in the heart of Europe, Luxembourg is one of the smallest sovereign countries. It's brimming with multiculturalism, scenic landscapes, and strong economy that perfectly pairs with a casual lifestyle. The country's housing shortage makes it one of the most expensive to live and buy property in the world. In fact, its namesake capital city is ranked as the fourth most expensive city to own property. Average rent here can vary between $1,300 to $2,500 a month. This makes the bare minimal cost of living for a single person in this country around $2,400. While if one chooses to reside in its main city, the median cost of living can crack up to $3,000 per month. The purchasing power of its locals is quite high, with minimum pre-tax salary for skilled workers ranging between $4,000 to $7,000, one of the highest in the European Union. At number 7, we have Singapore. Singapore is a sovereign island nation and is the most developed as well as the most expensive country in Asia. At large, the modest spending to live on this island nation is about $2,500. But to live comfortably in the hub of its metropolitan city, one can expect to spend at least $3,200 monthly. Just like the most of the countries listed in this video, accommodations takes a large chunk of monthly costs. Plus, most of the housing comes in the form of high-rise condos or apartments. And rent for a one-bedroom apartment beyond the city center is estimated to cost an average of $1,500 compared to $2,400 within the city center. That being said, residents of Singapore can earn reasonable wages at an average of $4,000 to $5,000 per month, so their purchasing power is obviously on par. At number 6, we have Ireland. Ireland is experiencing a sudden surge of its inflation rate and its cost of living is rising exponentially, especially in its capital city of Dublin. Many speculate the main reason of its high rate of inflation is due to great influx of big tech and multinational companies moving their European Union head office here. Plus, Ireland offers one of the lowest corporate tax rates, and this further encourages companies to invest here. The currently average cost of living in this country is around $2,800 to $3,600 per month. Most of this sum is contributed towards accommodation, but utilities also cost a lot here, as the country imports about 90% of its power and its average electricity prices are some of the highest in Europe. At number 5, we have Denmark. This European country is home to perfect scenery and magnificent work-life balance, incredible benefits, and is overall an excellent place to live. However, all of this comes with a hefty price tag. The Danes have an average monthly cost of living that ranges between $2,500 to $3,300 per person, making Denmark the 5th most expensive country to live in the world. The reasons of these high costs include some of the highest levels of taxation on income goods and services. Nevertheless, by the large, most Danes are happy to pay these high taxes because they are getting excellent social infrastructures, government services, and social security in return. Furthermore, the country offers some of the highest salaries in the world, which evidently makes up for the country's high cost of living. Considering all of this isn't a bad place to live, even if it's an expensive country and many qualified expats and young students try to move here. At number 4, we have Norway. Another Scandinavian country, Norway has always ranked high in the list of most expensive countries to live in, just like Denmark, the high cost of living in. Norway is a result of its social welfare system, which relies on a value-added tax system and minimal variations between incomes among its citizens to sustain its unique economic and socio-economic structure. However, the social welfare system provided by Norwegian government as well as the low unemployment rate are positive results of its pricey standard of living. Generally, the majority of people can live a comfortable life in Norway on a monthly budget ranging from $2,600 to $3,600 a month. Although the cost of living in Norway may seem inappropriate at the first glance, but there is no doubt that the local purchasing power is high and the Norwegian social system provides exceptional benefits for its citizens. Number 3, Iceland. Iceland is famous for its breathtaking sceneries from volcanoes and canyons to geysers and hot springs. But there is a lot more to it than that. The country is known for being friendly and tolerant with a low crime rate and a strong emphasis on family and community. While the cost of living may be high, the country makes up for it. Affordable healthcare, high quality education, and healthy work-life balance. To put into numbers, the average cost of living to live comfortably per month ranges from between $2,800 to $2,600 a month. With the main contributors to this high cost are daily goods, and fresh produce because of its geography and climate. Only about 6% of the island is situated for agriculture. So that means that very little produce can be homegrown, and since Iceland is an island, the vast majority of its produce has to be imported by sea or air, which adds to the cost even more. Another thing to consider is that despite Iceland's climate being very cold, heating costs are relatively low because of the extensive use of geothermal heating from the country's volcanic geology. Number 2. The Bahamas. It is one of the wealthiest countries in the West Indies. It comprises over 700 breathtaking islands that are part of the country, out of which only 30 are inhabited. The country has a reputation of being a tax haven with high income earners from around the world. As the country doesn't have income or capital gain taxes, the standard of living here is also quite high. But because it's an island country, everything must be imported, making it an expensive place to live. Aside from the accommodation on this island is also very scarce and the most of the vacant ones available. These are considered luxurious. According to one of its local realtor websites, the average rental price for one bedroom apartment is around 1800 per month across the entire nation, while the overall cost of living for a single person stands at over 3800 per month. Number 1. Switzerland. Famous for its snow-capped mountains, clear lakes, alpine lifestyle, political and economic stability, Switzerland lures people with exciting employment packages and a high standard of living. But as with every destination, there are ups and downs that come with life in Switzerland. It's always been cited as the most expensive country in the world, with its cities like Zurich and Geneva, often listed as the two of the most expensive in the world, with rent for a mid-sized apartment ranging anywhere from $2,000 to $3,800 per month. While the overall cost of living for a single person can range anywhere between $3,500 to $4,500, but in spite of this, most Swiss citizens enjoy a purchasing power that's almost 26% higher than their median cost of living. So the catch here is that even though Switzerland is expensive, the salaries are typically high and exceed their expenses.